Hey families, happy Sunday. I hope this message is finding you well and you guys had a great long weekend. I just wanted to come on and kind of talk to you about what the schedule is going to look like this week for the kids. This week is a synchronous week, which means kids should be online with us. Just like Mr. Day said in his videos, our plan is not for them to be online the entire day, but they will have access to us at least through the entire day. So there might be times where kids are doing independent work, but Google Meets will still be open for kids to come on and have questions throughout the day. Typically during those times, we'll be running small groups, but either myself or Mr. Kroger will be available to answer questions on the other side. So just keep that in mind. But this is the schedule for what our week looks like this week. A couple important updates. Students report virtually on Google Meet starting tomorrow. No homework club on Wednesday, and students report back in person as of now next Monday, January 24th. So here is our schedule this week. Students will report at 9 a.m., which is a little different. Usually during the school year, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade all report at 8:30, but we were trying to have the entire building on one schedule. So that means students aren't going to be reporting until 9 a.m. So they get a little longer to sleep, just that kind of deal. So from 9 to 9:10, we'll be doing our morning meeting, either watching a video from Mr. Day, taking attendance, checking in, just kind of allowing kids to log in, because I know from the last couple years with virtual learning, sometimes it just takes a little while for computers to connect, and computers are dead and we got to go find chargers and all that. So we do have a morning meeting time. From 9:10 until 10:20 will be, and I apologize, my cat is here. From 9:10 until 10:20, students will be in math class with me. So they'll be in my Google Meet, but though I'm doing my math class for virtually, it's just going to be 100% small groups. So I'm going to be seeing 3 small groups throughout the day. Throughout the morning, about every 20 minutes or so, I'll have a different group and the kids will be told which group they need to be in. So during that time, they might not be in my Google Meet. They might be working on an independent assignment because they're not with me. However, during that time, Mr. Kroger's Google Meet will be open so he can answer questions for kids about the assignments or what they're working on. So just to let you know, and then they'll rotate out through the groups, okay? They have a 5-minute morning break from 10:20 to 10:25. This is typically when we would be going to specials. So the kids would be walking through the halls. So it just made sense for us to do our morning break then. So then at 10:25 to 11:15, they have specials. So I will be getting the list out, and Mr. Kroger will be getting the list out to his kids on how they will log into specials each day this week. Because each specials is a little different depending on whose homeroom that they're in. Okay. 11:15 to 11:45, that's their lunch break. The reason it's not lunch/recess is because the students are starting 30 minutes later. So it's their lunch break, time for them to kind of get up, stretch, whatever. But then at 11, if you see from 11:45 to 12:15, that we're just making that some office hours, open time. That way kids that need a little bit more time for lunch, whatever, can do what they need. If your lunchtime for your child doesn't fall within this time frame, just reach out to us and let us know, because I know sometimes daycares have certain lunch times and there's no working around that, and I get it. Just please reach out and let us know, and we'll do what we can to let either their specials teachers know or to adjust our schedule if we need to, or catch them up, during this office hour or later office hour time, whatever we need to do. 12:15 to 12:55, they'll be coming back to my Google Meet, and we're going to be doing whole group science. So that'll be everybody on the Google Meet for science. And then 12:55 to 3, we have Mr. Kroger's Google Meet for reading and social studies. There will be an afternoon break built in, about a 5-minute break where kids can get up and kind of move around. We will put something on the screen that says break, or in the chat box it says take a break. That way, if you're questioning whether or not your child should be on a break, you can come and check it and see that they're supposed to be on a break. I know Mr. Kroger plans on doing some small groups as well, so there might be times when students are in and out of Meet, but if his students are in small group, my Google Meet will be open at that time for them to pop in and answer any questions about their assignments that they might have. From 3 o'clock to 3:30, this is typically the end of our day. This is when we actually start dismissal for a lot of kids in 4th, 5th, 6th grade. So it's going to be our Lexia, ST Math, Extra Math, and extra office hour time. So if students didn't finish their independent work earlier in the day, this would be the time that they would kind of wrap it up and answer questions. So I hope this helps with what the schedule is going to kind of be like for the week. One thing I did want to let you guys know, so we were all teachers were at home this week, and all teachers report back this week. However, I am quarantined. My husband tested positive for COVID. He became symptomatic on Friday. So I am quarantined, unfortunately. I will not be returning back to work in person this week, nor will I be at work the following Monday because my 10-day quarantine is still in effect. So as long as I am asymptomatic and test negative, I will be back to work the next Tuesday. I will still be online for Google Meets this week. I plan to just work from home. Next week, however, when the students report back, I won't be there on Monday, and I apologize for that. Just want to make sure everybody stays safe, okay? I do want to go over the parent newsletter as well. I'm finishing up putting on the final touches before I send this out to everybody. Here's what we're learning this week. We do have a test on adding and subtracting fractions with like and unlike denominators, which we've been working on since 2 weeks before winter break. So students should have had plenty of time by this point to be taking this test, but we'll be taking this on Friday in small groups. Make sure that students are logging in by 9 a.m. If they're not online by about 9:10, we will be marking them absent for the day. If they come in late, we'll email them as tardy. If your student cannot get on the Google Meet, either a dojo message or an email from the student needs to be sent. That way we know what's going on. We do have some students that have reached out, or their parents have reached out and said that there is no internet access at home. So we've provided those students with packets of work. Those students will not be marked absent this week as long as their packets are turned in the Monday we come back. That also reminds me for last week, if your student did not complete any of their work last week, Mr. Kroger and I will be going back and checking assignments. Any student that completed no work for last week is going to be backtracked and marked absent for last week because we didn't hear back from any of those parents that they were missing, that they couldn't get online. We have to know what's going on to be able to accurately mark people present or absent, okay? So just keep that in mind. Here is a video from Mr. Day, and this is where you'll find the video from me. This is the original message from Mr. Smith as well, if you care to read it again. As well as the parent access canvas, I was watching through it just to double check. You can make a parent access account. There is a code you have to request from your child's account, and I'm not entirely sure how to do that, but I know it does walk you through that on here a little later in. But if you have any questions, I highly recommend reaching out to the technology department. I want to pull up. So it's called a student pairing code. We do not have access to that. That comes from your student's account. So if that's something you need help with, please reach out to our technology department because they'll be able to walk you through how to get that. We don't see that on our end. So I'm so sorry about that. But please reach out if you guys have any questions. Thanks again, and I hope you have a really great Monday. I'll see everybody this week. Bye, guys.